Actually, when we step outside, you'll find I am one step ahead of you. Because if we walk right outside this door, directly in front of this place, I have already drug a barbecue grill right here. Hi. Where the hell did you come from? No trespassing. The ice cream place is closed. What? Hey, don't beat up my grill. Come on, man. That ain't cool. Just like beelines past me, starts banging their head on my grill. Huh, looks like it's just the two of them. Yeah, that's a zombie who's like, alright, 400 IQ, I may die, but I'm gonna take your means of water first. Now, normally I'd like to cut across this field to get to Ekron direction faster, but it's dark, and the dark is scary, and I don't wanna. So I'm just gonna shove some peas in my mouth. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Oh, we can add a little bit of cheese to our salad. And a little bit of ham to our salad. It is going to be a really fantastic salad, let me tell you what. So we got a potato, ham, and cheese salad, minus 15 on happiness. Salad is where it's at. Alright, we got to hydrate. And I'll have to get more to drink. And then, thank you for the follow, Nethris. Welcome to the stream. And thank you for everyone who's been hanging out after that Ziggy D raid. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, so our current objective is I want to get into the get into Ekron. Once I get into Ekron, unfortunately I'll have to do like 5 or 6 laps of just, oh hi, big horde of zombies they about walked right past. Why are you guys here? Oh well, that's fine. We kill. Oh, I wanted to finish it off, but they're too close. You notice I moved away from the one that jumped over a fence right away, because they can charge. It won't give you like a zombie injury, but it'll knock you over, and that can get you killed really easily. So the moment... Oh, yay. Is that fog coming? Because I really would like fog not to be coming. They're side by side, don't like it, back off, they line up, start fighting again. And one of them had something stuck in their back. I think it's just like a crappy letter opener. But we'll check. Because sometimes you'll mistake stuff. Especially when they're like all the way up to the hilt. Like the hunting knife. Yeah, it's a letter opener. I'm not going to pick it up. Because I am hoping to potentially make it into Ekron today. Let's go ahead and aggro the last two. I am a little surprised to see zombies over here, to be honest. We've been cutting across, killing all the zombies for a while, and while the helicopter does move them around, it's weird that they'd be there. My favorite / preferred weapons. So one of the weapons I get the most mileage out of is the crowbar, simply because it's durability. So I like to lean on that because it's a great way to get your maintenance skill up, and it lasts for a very long time. It's not great in any other way. So far as a weapon, it's a good tool. But I do like it because it lasts, and that's very important for the types of runs I do. I would say my next favorite weapon is actually the hunting knife. Just because short blades use almost no stamina, the hunting knife is one of the best short blades. So I like to get my hands on those as much as possible. You know, it would be a lie to say the katana isn't amazing, but it's so rare, you just don't get to have much fun with it very often. But if you get your hands on a katana, you just delete zombies from the map. Like, it will one-shot more than it won't, like, most hits will be one-shots once you get a couple of points in long blade. But in these runs, the joke I have is the weapon I will use is whatever weapon I can get my hands on. You end up using pretty much any weapon you can get your hands on early game until you get to about 4 or 5 maintenance skill, at which point then you can start being a little picky. Yeah, that's the downside of being super sad, is if you notice how long it took me to switch weapons. All those kind of actions are heavily penalized when you're sad. That said, it's just switching weapons, and I do actually use guns. Usually I'll use guns either when I'm making the first push into a city or when the helicopter's around. Right now I don't really have enough bullets to make it worthwhile, but when I get more bullets I will. Ooh, more beta blocker. Give me them. Stop being all picky about it. Probably should be grabbing the bread knife, but I really don't want to. I want to just pretend we're at the point I don't need to grab them anymore, and I know that's not true. I mean, I shouldn't say that. If I get into Ekron itself, then it probably is true. And also, it's really nice to have the hunting knife because the last hit sound is really nice. It doesn't make sense in my mind, but it's nice. Yeah, so I'm not going to be able to sit down and get stamina safely because, yeah, you can see they're aggroing me and I don't even see them till after that. So we're just going to have to deal with it. It's fine. If I get too fatigued, we back off. But yeah, generally speaking, when I have no aim skill, I'll use the shotguns, sawed off. Once I get like 2 aiming or higher, I'll also add in the 9mm and the 38 revolver. And once you get to like 4 or 5 aiming, then pretty much any gun in the game I'll use. I got excited, but it's already a broken hunting knife. Thanks so much for the follow. Luis6600, welcome to the stream. Oh, right, IO push-ups and a stretch. That is right. Give me a moment. I'm going to pause, do those push-ups, and I'll follow it up with a stretch. My apologies. I got distracted by the helicopter. Oh, and also, the prediction's done. Okay, so stretches are done. Let me catch up on chat real quick. Let's see. Yep, so Akrimu was mentioning that they thought guns were still absolutely terrible, but then realized you have to stand still to aim. That is one mistake a lot of people make with guns, is they try and, like, backpedal and run up and shoot their guns. You need to, like, plant yourself in place and shoot. Like, hold right mouse button and then shoot. Give it a second to aim. And you'll do way better. Yeah, I can just say Paxter, that's good. Probably the best way to level metalworking is just you disassemble stuff. Like, fridges can be good. There's, if you go into, like, a spiffo, they have tons and tons and tons of chairs you can take apart. and it's just disassemble it. It's always a bit of a grind, but it's just, you go into places and just annihilate all of the stuff there that's metal. That's actually one of the things, is I wish there was less destructive ways to gain that skill. Because like carpentry, if you can find the nail boxes, which are plenty on the map, you can just level it entirely by cutting down trees and sawing them and they grow back. Unfortunately, when it comes to metalworking, no matter what, it is always extremely destructive. You know what? Antidepressants? You know, we actually could use one of those right now. So antidepressants in this game are ridiculous compared to real life. In real life, antidepressants don't just magically make you all better. Like, it's a mitigation tactic to help. You know, help you deal with whatever. In this game, you take it, and it just deletes your sadness after a little while. And it's absurd. One would hope that that's... Oh, I need to actually drink my drink. One moment. I grabbed the drink and I forgot to actually drink it. Yep. Oh yeah, and in this game, like, the salad here, this, like, you can, if you eat salads regularly in the game, you will never have to worry about happiness. Like, you'll get sad when you do something that gets you sad, but it'll just melt away over a couple of days. The downside is when this hunting knife breaks, I'm going to be sad. Because now I don't have anything that's super cheap on stamina to use. Because the hand fork isn't exactly great. Nor do I want to try and sit down in this to recover stamina for any real length of time. Zombie over here. Like, I'm just trying to kill the zombies I see, because with pea soup fog, it's really hard to know which ways are safe. I am amazed this crowbar is not broken yet. Even for a crowbar, it's been on that last tick of durability for probably like 100 zombies. So it is long since past due breaking. Yeah, hopefully, or not hopefully, most likely this group will be the last one. There it goes. And I'm getting a little distance to try and drop it on a body real fast. Because crowbars are heavy. Well, we got ourselves a new hand fork. Lovely. I need to sit down to recover stamina. I don't want to because of the current situation, but I think we have to. We're definitely not fast forwarding. I see you coming. You coming this way? Do I need to stand up? I feel like I need to stand up. We're standing up. Because it takes a while for your character to stand up. Oh good, our depression went away. Because our standing up would have been badly penalized by how sad we were. Oh no, our depression didn't go away. What am I talking about? Yeah, so I can see, like I see there's 2 zombies on the top left. There's some zombies on the far right. Thank you for the follow, Godlike Tree. Welcome to the stream. And it'd be nice if I could fast forward, but... Yep, no problem. I do appreciate the lurk. Lurkers are 100% welcome. It absolutely helps. Does it? That didn't seem to. Let's time it. I don't know how I'm going to time it fairly, but... 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding shift. Same time. Yep. No, I don't believe that makes a notable difference, unfortunately. And that is absolutely cruel. Oh, that is multiple hordes. I think we aggroed a couple of each. I wish that holding shift would get you up faster, but it didn't appear to work. It appeared to be the same regardless. So you notice I ran at that zombie. When you're running, as long as you don't have something horribly wrong, you'll push a zombie out of the way without much to worry about. Now that said, don't do it when there's like 3 or 4 zombies you're going to bump into, because after 2 or 3 zombies you'll stumble and you can potentially trip. And it's a fast way to die if you trip into zombies. I am standing up at the keyboard, yeah. But I'll give it another go here in a minute. Just because I do want to confirm one way or the other. Yep, so the idea is your character, no matter what traits you choose, has some ability to see behind them, and the idea is that simulated that you can hear the zombie sneaking up on you kind of thing. Alright, so yeah, let's do some tests. So, first of all, I'm sitting, I'm going to hold shift and hold W. Oh, hey, that actually did work that time. So I guess it's strictly W. Okay. Let's try combat stance. Okay, so it does look like it has to be strictly holding W when I wasn't in... Like, when it may have been I did combat stance once or twice the other in an accident just out of habit. Alright. That is a good thing to know from now on. I'm assuming the consequence of it is it probably has a severe, like, stamina cost compared to normal getting up. Or at least some stamina cost, I would assume. Because that would make sense to me. Alright, there's a bunch of the zombies from the helicopter working their way back. Interesting. That's the kind of thing, it's like, if there isn't a reason not to do it, why does it exist as a mechanic to be two different ones that you wouldn't just always do the other one? I mean, roleplay, sure. But I've definitely died several times to a zombie coming and then not fast standing up. Yeah, there's already mods that add all those animations. I wouldn't be surprised. Indie Stone has in the past worked with I mean, they've hired mod makers a number of times. I wouldn't be surprised if they worked with the person who made the animation mods to either bring it in like on a contract or just flat out hired them. Alright, we got a crawler. Back off. Crawlers are dangerous. We're getting real close to Ekron. Like, the road should be appearing on the screen like any time. Let's not fight that. That's annoying. I should be clearing these groups and not just pushing in farther. To make sure I can back out. It's a good way to get overrun if you don't clear out the groups, then a meta event happens drawing the zombies at you, and then suddenly your position is just totally overrun by the zombies you skipped. And I do need to keep at least one of these houses that we get up here, where we don't lose the windows and everything. Thank you for the lurk, Black Angel. Have yourself a good lurk. Yeah, one of the things that you'll notice is when you get the damage animations in this game, like you'll see the zombie, they'll do the animation where very clearly the animation shows them like biting you in the neck or the shoulder or whatever, and then you get like a scratch. Where you actually get hit has little to do with where you see the animations go, and even sometimes where logically the zombie could reach. It's fairly RNG. That said, I have had most of the time I've gotten hit by a crawler, it's been legs or thigh. I'm going to back up more before we accidentally aggro them. And I don't want to sit down next to these trees. Thank you for the follow, Russ Roy. Welcome to the stream. I don't want to sit by those trees because if the zombies come over the fence by those trees, I wouldn't see them until they're already on top of us. So we'll back off a little bit. We'll sit down here. And I do think pretty soon I might grab the other bar stool from the ice cream place. You migrating? What are you doing? And drag it up here. Thanks so much for the follow, Dave Forrest. Welcome to the stream. We are having lots of follows, and I really do appreciate it. It means so much to me. I am trying to push towards partner, so the more people we have following and tuning into the stream makes that much more likely and more possible. That's a big part of why I'm still streaming, because normally my wrap-up time is usually around 4 a.m. EST. We're coming up on 5:30. I'm not going to be pulling like a 24-hour or anything like that, but we'll go a little bit longer. Tomorrow me will be unhappy about it, but that's tomorrow me's problem. Oh, we're about ready to be sleepy again, so I gotta back out. But yeah, where you're seeing all these big groups of zombies coming from, like, this side, that's where we dropped off all those zombies from the helicopter event. So what happens is they're going to break off into groups of like 12 to 18 zombies, because that's just the max size of the hordes we've got set. And then they're going to be all too close to each other, so they're going to try and just naturally like shimmy away from each other. And unfortunately, because of how close it is, it means a bunch of them are going to get pushed this way. That said, that's fine. We kill them. The whole point is to kill them all, so, you know, kill them all. Not literally every single zombie. Like, I'm not going to go skulking through the woods looking for the one zombie who got away, because I wouldn't even know it's still out there. But I do intend on wiping out all the major cities, or at least trying our best to make it happen. This is probably the 5th time we've attempted this run. The last time we gave it a good effort. We wiped out all of Ekron. We got a pretty good ways into Riverside so far as wiping it out. Before I was getting very annoyed about not finding one book I wanted and just popping in houses fairly recklessly, and eventually that got us in trouble. So it's a death that had absolutely no reason about happening, and it was just basically, when you're clearing, it's usually best to go out and clear the outside around a building before you go in if it's an option. I skipped that part because I just wanted to poke my nose in, check the bookshelf, and get back out. And so I went in, checked in the garage real fast, looked around, didn't find it. I had closed the door behind me, and while I had gone into the garage, a zombie had, you know, popped through the window, didn't make a single peep the entire time. I had gone on the brazen assumption that I was safe. Opened the garage door, stepped directly out in front of a zombie who immediately bit me in the back. So yeah. But yeah, this is a very patience is key run. I mean, you can tell, like, our character has been working a number of days to just clear this road. You know, we're 1,300 zombie kills in just to clearing one road. That said, that's a big part of that's because this character is still, you know, it's 0 to hero and we're still leveling up all our combat skills. But around the time we get to, Fitness 3, Strength 4, get weapon skills to like 4 or 5, maintenance like 4, we'll start just being able to fight through hordes way faster. By default, zombies would respawn. Loot does not. However, you can turn on loot respawn. And you can turn off zombie respawn. In this case, zombie respawn has been turned off. That's just kind of point to the run, is we put the maximum number of zombies the map can handle without respawn, and are just going to wipe them all out. But yeah, loot respawn, you can have it respawn, and there's a bunch of rules behind, like, a person has to have not entered the place in so much amount of time. It respawns the loot that are in cabinets and all that kind of stuff. And you can spend, you know, set how long it takes between respawns, and the longest you can possibly set it for is 2 months. I wish it was actually longer. Like, I wish you could set it for, like, 6 months, so you'd have to, like, fully vacate from a town for a really long period of time. But honestly, I'm not as worried about that aspect of the game that much after playing hundreds of hours. Like, I used to think it was a big deal. But if I'm being entirely honest with you, at least for my personal experience, once you're getting into the hundreds of, like, you're getting into the point you're looking at being in a playthrough for like a year or something, it honestly gets kind of boring. Like, really the fun part of the game is getting the start up, finding your generator, finding your manual, getting your base built, and getting everything off the ground. Like, once you get to the point where you're stable, food is not a problem, water's not a problem, nothing's a problem, really you can just live in your base forever. And there's no significant external threat. Now, you can, of course, change your settings to make that... Where are you guys coming from? Get out of here. You can do stuff like turning on multiple helicopters and more meta events and respawns and all that stuff to add threats. But it's not the same as when you're going, okay, I need to, I need to fight my way into town to reach the bookstore to try and get the books I need, or I need to, skulk through house after house trying to find enough food to make it until my farm gets going. All that kind of stuff. Like, that's actually what got me into doing these kinds of play, where I just do tons and tons and tons of zombies, is I had a character in just default apocalypse setting that was before my streaming time, that I got to about 6 months, which is well into winter, and I was like, okay, I have enough canned goods to I could literally just sit in my house, drink the water I have collected, and eat my canned goods, and wait out the winter, and not have to deal with anything. I'm like, but that's no fun. So instead, what could I do that's hard? And I'm like, you know what? I'll just go straight to the mall, and we'll kill them all. And that was with respawns on. Just doing that nonsense. And it was an absolute blast. And I got through basically the entirety of the bottom floor over like this protracted campaign that I lived to be over a year in the game. And then died trying to push the top floor.